So my name is Luke O'Keefe. I'm the director and founder of Anglian for Education. My background is youth work. I used to work for the local authority up until 2012. With austerity, all the sort of youth provision that I was so passionate about was cut. I felt like there was a really need to develop an organisation that offered that type of provision. We're what we call an alternative provision provider. We offer provision for children and young people designed to improve their engagement in education. All of this is sort of activity-based alternative provision, and that comes in lots of different forms, either one-to-one, or sometimes 2-to-1, or duos, which are 2 children to 1 adult, or groups, small groups of six young people.
I was around in the beginning. When Luke first conceived the idea, we were working together for the council, and he was wanting to bring his passion, which was fishing, to work. We were working with young people, and I remember saying to him, they're not going to sit still in maths, they're not going to sit still at the riverbank, that's not going to happen. But I was wrong. And since then, I think there's been loads of research that backs that up.
We've come round, and again, austerity is back on the agenda, but I feel being able to demonstrate the really important role we do have.
Do you mean literally A4E stands for Anglian for Education? What it stands for is for those young people that are misunderstood. I think even when my parents were at school, there was 5% of people that didn't cope with the education system and didn't cope with the classroom environment. I don't think the education system has evolved in the way we might like in the last 30 or 40 years. Knowing what we know about learning styles as well, I don't think it's evolved adequately. I think there are still a cohort of children that are never going to cope with the classroom environment. And I think what we stand for is an alternative to learning, an alternative way of absorbing our environment, learning social skills, learning how to interact with each other and the world, and just an alternative way of being young.
And what I could do. When we set up, it was just myself and my colleague working with 6 young people in 1 school. 12 years on, we've got a team of 15. We work with over 80 schools across West Sussex and bordering counties. It's been a really slow, steady progression, maintaining a really clear ethos and clear identity.
I think we've got this youth work ethos and a massive amount of experience, which means flexibility. Every young person can expect a package that's wrapped around them, for them, about them, and very unique to them. And I think that's the way we stand out. I think a lot of people associate us with Anglian, but we're everything else. Today is lovely. We're in the middle of the summer holidays in 2023, and we're going back to our roots, so we're literally fishing. So, outside of what we normally do, short breaks is an opportunity in the summer holidays with the support of West Sussex County Council to go back to our roots and offer disabled children and their families a fishing activity, which is great. It's a jolly for us and a really good and positive activity on a really sunny day. Your question is, what else? What else other than fishing? I think you should consider us to be anything that's outdoors. So we were talking about bushcraft, we're talking about map reading, we're talking about orienteering, we're talking about anything that appreciates the environment. We've got some fantastic staff that are very sporty, so people are playing golf, they're playing football. We're getting out in the woods, we're doing forest schools, we're building forest eyes, we've got people that are in and out of old churches and buildings and studying the history of the environment and the local area. And if it's outdoors, it's us. The activity is the vehicle. What we're about is social development.
The organisation has remained very, very clear around its identity and really clear around its ethos, despite growing. I think as an organisation we've become much more diverse quite naturally, because we've got 15 people working for us, a really diverse staff team.
I think we're passionate. I think the whole organisation is supported by staff that are experienced and well trained. Most of the staff are qualified in terms of either youth work or youth justice. We've got social workers. So we've got kind of a multidisciplinary approach in terms of the staff and the staff's background.